tapping at my keyboard. Why, hello there. I didn't see you come in. My name is Mr. Mayfield.
Nevermore!
Pay no attention to those clever birds. I teach here at Columbiana Middle School. When I'm not busy failing my students, I like to give them a challenge.
Nevermore!
The challenge for this week was to read an exciting poem called The
Nevermore!
Raven. In The Raven, there were a lot of literary terms that we looked at. And so,
Nevermore! Nevermore!
I had the students make their own videos using ChatterPix, and in the videos explaining how those terms connected to the actual story.
Nevermore!
In honor of Halloween, we tried to make them extra spooky and scary. So, all of you little elementary children out there watching, or all of you 5th graders trying to see what Mr. Mayfield's class is like, pay particular caution and don't get too scared.
Nevermore!
In the Raven it quotes, "The fowl whose fiery eyes burn in my bosom." It is a metaphor pure and true, but with a ghastly meaning of fear. The poem is full to the brim with metaphors like these, which are almost in every stanza. Cut.
The reason to use internal rhyme is to make it catchy and easy to remember, like if you were attacked by a raven.
The Raven, written by Edgar Allan Poe, has many examples of literature. One of the many things it displays is tone. Tone is the way the author feels about the story. The Raven is written in a very dark tone. This makes the poem make a lot more sense. See, the man in the Raven is in a state of depression. A story about depression being written like a nursery rhyme would make no sense. But a story about depression with a dark tone matches perfectly.
Stanza 1 gives an ABCBBB pattern. Oh, it gives me chills, the sound of letters. I can't believe that it continues that pattern throughout the whole book. Stanza 1. Mwahaha. Weary, lore, tapping, door, more. The ABCBBB pattern will never end. Mwahaha.
A metaphor is a comparison without using like or as. The poet says heaven bends. Will it snap in half like the Titanic and kill many?
Anthropomorphism is when an animal morphs into a human or takes human qualities. In the Raven uses anthropomorphism. The Raven uses anthropomorphism by saying nevermore and arguing back and forth with the narrator. Well, birds don't normally talk and argue back and forth with humans, or do they? Mwah, ha, 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 ha.
Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Carrie. Carrie loved assonance, which of course she knew meant the repetition of vowel sounds. However, she did not know that her teacher, Mr. Mayfield, was a werewolf. When the grammar lover in her read The Raven, she looked and studied all the assonance terms she could find. What she could not find were her stinky gym shoes. When she came upon line 16, she saw a great assonance example. Thrilled me, filled me. Short Eye was her favorite, like her best friends, Iggy and Tiki. They were twins and midgets.
Alliteration is repetition of first sounds, which is like the term busy beaver with beady black eyes. Alliteration is not rare like a man nearly napping. Surcease and sorrow is dark and depressing, much like demons draining your soul. Alliteration is a catchy sound like when you hear a bat come through your door. Alliteration is using a letter from an alphabet and using it several times at a start of several words on the same line.
Consonance is repetitive, like a kid in the car asking, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Well, you get the point. Silk and satin certain rustling has a repetitive S sound, like a slithering snake scooping ice. Consonance is specifically the repetition of consonants. So Oliver offering olive okra would not be consonants. On the other hand, Catherine's cats kick coolers.
There once was a boy who was scared of everything except food. But his worst fear was repetition. Anything that said a word over and over, he passed out every time he heard it or read it. This is why he hated reading and refused to do it. Then one day he went outside and got lost, and it was Halloween. Every corner he turned, it was a clown. Then one house he went to, the owner told the boy that he had to read a poem called The Raven. Then he could stay. So he did. Towards the end, he realized the word nevermore was repeated over and over. So then he got scared and passed out and fell down 5 stairs, and sadly he didn't make it.